Welcome back to the Sports Stop.
Are you ready?
James? Atticus?
Yeah.
Evan?
Okay. All right, fellas. Let's go! In the mall, in the back, said everyone attack, and they turned it to a ballroom blitz. And the girl in the corner said, boy, I rather want you to turn it to a ballroom blitz. Ballroom blitz.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Sports Stop. It is 12:35, March 19th, 2014. Cold outside, but warm in here, so come on by and sit a spell. How about it? We're going to be going by the central part of the America, of the great nation America, and the American League, as we're going to be continuing our MLB season preview, and we're going to the AL Central. Guys, of course, led by the Tigers last year, made it to the AL Championship Series, but lost against the Boston Red Sox. So let's just start with them first. They made a couple of additions, a couple of big subtractions, literally big. As they traded Prince Fielder for Ian Kinsler, and they also added Joe Nathan to solidify their bullpen, which was a big question last year. But again, they lost Fielder. They traded Doug Fister to the Nationals. They lost Benoit and Iglesias, who has like a fractured shin or something like that.
He's fractured his shin?
He stress fracture in his shins or something like that. Shin.
That's actually pretty big for them.
Yeah, so one of the best defensive shortstops out there. He's out for most of the season. So, I mean, we're going to see what they do with that. Speaking of defense, the former MVP
moves back to first base. I think that's going to help him a lot, to be honest.
That'll definitely help him a lot. They also have defending Cy Young Award winner Max Scherzer, and, of course, they have Justin Verlander as well.
That's a great 1-2 punch.
It really is.
They also have Anibal Sanchez, who really found it in Detroit last year, but they lost Doug Fister.
Yeah, Doug Fister.
That's a big subtraction for them.
Yeah.
They got Drew Smiley, though.
Drew Smiley. They're looking for Rick Porcello to improve.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with them. Of course, Verlander's coming off surgery, a core muscle surgery.
I mean, he still looked good in his spring debut.
And he was announced earlier this week that he will be the opening day starter.
No surprise,
of course. See, the problem is, last two years ago, they lost in the World Series. Last year, they lost in the AL Championship Series. Can they win the big game?
I mean, in the regular season, they can.
Yeah, I mean, but a lot of people can win the regular season.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I haven't really gave it much thought about playoffs, but in the regular season, I think they can do it.
The last World Championship was in 1984 against the Padres. Of course, Kirk Gibson hit a walk-off home run against the Goose Gossage.
Padres were relevant back then.
Back then, yes, they were. I mean, I wrote down this question. Did they get any better?
I don't think they did.
I don't think so either.
I was looking at their team, and I don't think
by the way, big loss for them. Jim Leland decided to retire.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
in the front
That
office.
is very true.
Now Brett Ausmus, former catcher, I remember him from the Astros. He's now the manager his first year. So we'll see how he does. But
catchers know how to run the game, though.
It's true. Most of MLB managers are catchers or middle infielders.
But to answer your question, I don't think they got better. I mean, it's
hard for them to get better because they were so good.
I don't necessarily want to say they got worse, but
I think that they just kind of
stayed the same. Yeah,
but see,
I mean, they added Kinsler, which is a great addition to them.
But they
lose a lot of support for Cabrera and the fielder.
Yeah.
So
I mean, now the number one who's going to be hitting behind Cabrera, I think, is going to be Victor Martinez.
I do like Victor Martinez. I think his bat is going to be really good this year.
Yeah, he started out slow last year, but he turned it on in the second half.
Who do they have playing shortstop, though?
Who do they have playing shortstop? Who's
Perez?
Yeah.
I mean, I only see Iglesias on ESPN. Depth chart.
MLB has it updated, but my computer's thinking too hard. So it's
Perez.
Here it goes. Here we go.
Who is Perez?
I'll let you know. H. Perez. That's the shortstop.
H. Perez.
I mean,
that's good to know.
Third base, it was fielded by Cabrera. Now it's Castellanos. They have Steve Lombardozzi, who they got in the Fister trade as a backup infielder. I mean, they have Torrey Hunter out there in right, Austin Jackson in center.
I mean,
Rajay Davis they added.
I do like the Rajay Davis. Because that just gives him so much speed if he can get on base. He'll steal 50 easy if he starts.
That was their Achilles heel last year. I don't think they stole enough.
Yeah, I mean,
they weren't that fast. I mean, when you have Prince Fielder, you're not going to be a fast team. No matter
I think
what.
Prince Fielder had more stolen bases than Cabrera, though.
Oh yes, very true. I think so. He actually would sneak a base.
Yeah, because no one would hold him on.
Especially in the World Series when that free taco from Taco Bell was on the line. He would definitely go for it. But yeah, I just don't see them. They didn't get any better. But again, I don't think they got too much. I don't think they degressed. Degressed. Oh my god. And Joe Nathan, I do love in the bullpen.
Hey, how about Jabba Chamberlain?
Oh yeah, they have Java. Hey, he's got a nice beard now.
All right.
Yeah, that's nice. He's got a nice beard. It's nice.
And you know what he's going to do? He's still going to throw only 92.
Yep. And I like his tattoo that he made with his. He got Tommy John.
Yeah, he made the smiley face.
He made a smiley face. All right, so there's the Tigers. Team who came in second last year were the Cleveland Indians. Really the surprise of the AL, I would say. They added David Murphy, who was the fourth outfielder for the Rangers. I think he's going to get a chance to start now, which I do like. They added John Axford. Kind of after he lost his way in Milwaukee, he just kind of bounced around. I think he went to St. Louis. But they lost two of their starters. They lost Scott Kazmir and Ubaldo Jimenez. The question is can Asdrubal Cabrera get back to his old form? He was once a great offensive shortstop. Now, not too much.
What do you consider back to form?
I mean, he was so good, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about would he be back to there? Because I think they're waiting for him to go back.
I mean,
do
you want him to bat 300 or like 285?
I mean, what did he bat last year? It wasn't 285.
No, it wasn't.
No, I'd rather have him. I'd have him go up to 285, maybe 20 home runs.
Okay. I think he can do that.
Yeah, I think that's very solid for a shortstop, especially in today's age. Big question is, where's Carlos Santana going to play? They have him. They have him playing third.
They have a DH.
DHing right now.
I know, but they have him playing third in spring training.
That's interesting.
I know.
That's really interesting.
Well, yeah, he says he's backing up Swisher at first. He's also in the rotation for third, but primarily he's going to be DHing.
Yeah, I mean, but I think it all
Why
depends
not put
on
him at catcher?
I think he got injured. It was a collision.
And
he got injured.
He's also the backup catcher.
But there are no more collisions at home plate,
but
supposedly.
Jan Gomes is one of their top prospects who's going to be their catcher.
Yeah, he should break out this year.
Yeah, I'm looking for him. It all depends on what Lonnie Chisenhall does. I think they might actually try and put Santana at third base if Chisenhall doesn't get it going.
Has Santana slimmed
and then
down
put
at all?
Giambi in the DH. Gotta love Jason Giambi.
What was your bold prediction the other day about Giambi?
He's going to hit 5 walk-off home runs in the first week of his playing. The first week. Wow. And he's going to get 3 infield hits.
Are they playing a shift on him and he tries to bunt it down the line?
No, he's just gonna sniff out that hit. He's gonna get it.
That is bold.
I mean,
sniff out that hit.
Masterson, he had a good year last year, but that was it a fluke?
I think he's had 2 good years.
Yeah, I mean,
two decent years.
For Cleveland wise, they've been good.
I mean, he's the ace though.
Yeah, I really don't like this rotation.
I'm not a fan of it.
I love Danny Salazar though. Young kid, he's a fireballer. He can hit triple digits. I think he's gonna be what everybody looks to in Cleveland. I think he's gonna be a nice beacon of hope for them. And over under 10, let's say. How many home runs Giambi has? I didn't even look up how many home runs he had last year. I should do that first.
Are we going off the basis that he is going to be playing?
Hang on, let me look up his stats from last year.
Masterson had a really good year last year, or a decent year at least. He had a 3.45 ERA, 120 WHIP.
He started out really well.
Yeah,
he
the 14-10 record, but
past 2 years.
The year before wasn't that great. He had a 4.93 ERA, 145 WHIP, 11-15.
He the past 2 years he started out real hot and then slacked off towards the end.
Yeah,
both years.
Yeah,
I believe.
Let's see. Well, what year was it last year? 2013.
It was 2013.
He had 3 home runs. So over under 3 home runs for Jason.
Over.
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 I'd
All right.
set the over under.
All right. How about 7?
Yeah, I was gonna say 7.
7?
I still take the over. I think he had 10 home runs this year.
All right. Good. I like that.
If he can get the playing time, I agree with over.
It all depends
But
if
that's
he
what
can
it
play.
depends.
I mean,
Yeah.
I really hope he plays. I'd love to see some Giambi.
Ah, the Giambino. All right. Now we're gonna move on to the Kansas City Royals. They added Norichika Aoki and Omar Infante. They lost Luke Hochever. He was a kind of a failed starter, but he did really well in the bullpen last year. He's getting Tommy John along with pretty much everybody else in the
apparently
league.
That's the hottest thing right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's sad, but they also have James Shields leading their rotation. They also have Yordano Ventura, their top prospect that just made the team out of camp. He's gonna be the third starter according to Ned Yost, their manager. And this kid, he's small, but he's got a huge arm. He can throw triple digits. He's got a nasty curveball. That's his second pitch, and he's got a changeup that's really getting a lot better. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. I'm gonna say that he could win Rookie of the Year. I'm gonna say that right now.
Nice.
Yep.
I mean, I love Salvador Perez behind the plate for them.
I do like him too.
I think he's going to improve on his offensive numbers this year. Not by a good margin, I'd say. I mean, his defense is going to keep improving. I mean, he's a real young guy. I think Hosmer's going to have a decent year. Alex Gordon, I hope he can keep it up. And
he's playing pretty well right now. He's a solid outfielder now.
If they can have Moustakas improve, I mean, I think Moustakas is the key. If they can have him improve, I think that's going to be so big for them.
For the record, not that it means anything, coming from a Met fan, and Ike Davis had 2 great springs the past 2 years. But Moustakas is having a really nice spring training this year. So I mean, hopefully he can bring that. Hopefully he can bring that into the season this year finally and break out. But I think a lot depends on him.
I think he might be the X factor to that team.
Yeah. Jason Vargas is their second pitcher. Jeremy Guthrie's there, and Bruce Chen.
Yeah, I mean,
not really my favorite. I mean, they lost Irvin Santana, but
I like their bullpen.
Yeah, their bullpen was one of the best last year.
Yeah, I like the Kelvin Herrera guy, and Greg Holland as the closer.
Oh yeah, I love Greg Holland.
He's electric.
Yeah. Billy Butler kind of had a down year for them last year, but as long as he keeps making that barbecue sauce, I think they're going to be A-OK and not Aoki. They're new right fielders. See what I did there? Yeah, you like that?
That was good.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Royals, they're an interesting team. They were in the hunt last year for the first time in a while, since like 2001 or something like that. But I mean, we'll see if they're in the hunt this year.